Hello and welcome to Slacker Gaming, and welcome to the three-part series of how to start playing Rust in 2021. I have played over 3K hours in this game, so I know a lot about how the game is played and what you will need to know to be successful in a wipe of Rust in 2021. This is the second part, so if you have not already watched the first part, make sure you go back and watch that, and that will be linked in the description. The previous video is part 1, and it is starting the wipe with the basics. This is part 2, which we will be learning how to build a base, and part 3 is a later video, and it's going to be learning to craft and learning the workbenches and craft trees. All of the other videos will be linked below, so make sure you go and watch the previous parts to catch up on the series. I have also put in timestamps where I discuss things, so if you need to jump to a certain point in the video, that information will be pinned in the comment below. Again, this is part 2. We're going to learn how to build a base and make it so that you cannot be raided, make some airlocks, make sure that you are safe with the stuff you get. So if you'd like to watch that, stick around. Alright, so we're about where I wanted to build at. I think we want to build maybe even in these woods somewhere. Let's go up here and see if there's anybody on this cliff at all. This is one of the sulfur nodes I was telling you about. They have that little green-yellow tint to it, and that's what you get when you go to raid and need gunpowder. Also, right here is a metal node, so if you want to know what they look like, they have that like bronze kind of look to it as well. And then I showed you what stone nodes look like. Pretty much any of those are what you want to hit with the glowing dot. As you can see, there's a big base over there. So right over here actually seems like a pretty good place to build. Doesn't seem like a lot of people around here. Doesn't seem like any big bases right next to me. So we're going to go ahead and build here. I'm going to grab this cloth. Should be enough for a bow, and it should be enough for a sleeping bag, which is something that we're going to need to make and put in our base so that if we die, we can spawn right back on our base. So the first thing you need to know when getting a base is you need this building plan. Now the building plan is going to cost you 20 wood, something easy to make. Just craft that. You're also going to need the hammer as well. It costs 100 wood, so you want to make sure you craft one of those as well. And what these are going to do is they're going to allow us to put down foundations and build our base, or at least start to build our base. All right, we got our building plan here. As you can see, our shadow, we have our building plan out there. You can see him walking with like a sheet of paper. That's our building plan, and that is going to be what we're going to use to build our base. Now, in order to build a base and put it down, you need a bunch of wood. Kind of depending on how big you want to build it, depends on the amount of wood that you need in order to build it. But to just get it started out, you're going to kind of, normally what you do is like called a 2x1 with an airlock. And I'll kind of explain that more as we go. But you're just going to build this, and you could build wherever it's blue. If it's red, you can't build there. So I can't build one this tall. Also, you can't build like down in here. You just can't build there. So finding a place to build, if you're too close to one of the radiation towns, you can't build there as well. You can't build like inside these rocks like this. So you got to find a place that's blue, and you want to find a place that's mostly flat-ish to build. Otherwise, you have to kind of build around just to make your base useful. So let's try the 2x1 here. You're going to left click. It's going to build a foundation. As you can see, it costs 50 wood to put those down. And then the very last one is an airlock. And in order to do that, you're going to hold right button down, and this is your little scroll wheel, and you're just going to angle your mouse around to what you want to build. And what we want is a triangle foundation. What we were building before are just these foundations. This one's a triangle foundation, and as you see, it is a foundation that's in a triangle. And you could build anywhere like this, but you're not going to be attached to the covered, which is what's going to be the next thing. So you want to kind of attach all your base, like your base all to one, to decide where you want your front door to be. We're going to pick right here. So you're going to right or left click there, and then we're going to right hold click down to the doorway. And this doorway we're going to put here. So we're going to walk out. And to get the airlock I'm talking about, which is what you want on your base when starting out, you're going to put another one here. Going to go to the walls now. You're going to put up some walls. They cost 50 as well. You're going to left click where it's blue, and they will build a wall around you. Now this is a twig wall. Can be broken very easily. As you can see, wooden can break this pretty fast. So you want to make sure that once you're putting down something, you want to make sure that you have enough to upgrade it, whether it be a wood foundation or stone. Now that's where the hammer is going to come into play, because your hammer can upgrade things. You walk over it, it's blue. If you left click, that's how you try to fix it if it's damaged. Or you can right click and hold, and this is where you're going to upgrade. I can upgrade to wood and stone because I have enough stone. So let's upgrade this to stone. You're going to left click there. It's going to upgrade this to stone. Now the foundation is 500 health instead of 10 health that you were getting with your twig foundation. Now the next thing you're going to do is you're going to build a tool cupboard. It costs 1,000 wood, so make sure that you have that with you, and you're going to place this down inside your base. And what the tool cupboard does is it basically makes the base yours. Anybody that's on the tool cupboard can build on the base, can do whatever they want to on the base. If you do not have TC, you cannot build on the base more than twig foundation. So you want to place it kind of back in a corner by itself. You're going to, once it turns blue, left click, and then you're going to authorize. You can click E to authorize, and then if you ever want to unauthorize someone or something, you could do deauthorize, and now I will not be able to build here. So, say I can't build here, I can't do anything because I am not authorized. Now, once I'm authorized, boom, I can build here, and that's the whole point of basically having authorization to build. So the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to basically close yourself in and upgrade your stuff. And in order to do that, you need a sleeping bag. So go ahead and create this sleeping bag if you can. If not, you have to go out and get some more cloth to build a sleeping bag. And then while we're at it, we're going to be building some doors. Right now, all I have is wood. If you have metal, you can build a metal door, which is much stronger. But we're going to build the wooden door right away here because all we have is wood. And then you're going to need a key lock to start off. If you get more than one person in your group, so if it's you and a friend playing, you'll have to use key locks. And the key locks are the code locks are metal frags, which we will kind of go over how you get metal frags here in a little bit. But that's basically starting out, and we're going to want to upgrade this base as we go. Also, remember that you want to close yourself in, so we need some ceilings on this bad boy. So we're going to do floors up here, turns blue, and then over here we need the triangle. We need the triangle floor, so we're going to do that as well. Build it there. Boom, we're going to upgrade this stuff to wood because we have enough wood to do so. It's going to make it stronger so that people can't come over here and raid us right away. Going to kind of do whatever you want to do here. If you have enough stone, feel free to do stone. If you don't, feel free to use wood starting out. That is perfectly fine. So the TC basically is going to tell you what your base costs per 24 hours. So we have a lot of wood. We have some stone. So in order to keep this for 24 hours, we have to have 105 stone. We have 166. So we're going to right click, move that over there. And then stone or wood, we need 139. We're going to right click that. And as you can see now, with the wood and stone we have in there, we are good for 1 day, 13 hours, 56 minutes, and 34 seconds before our base starts decaying. Once it starts decaying, it'll fully decay and just disintegrate, and people can get in and take your stuff. We got the wooden doors done, and what I want to show you is kind of what you want to do. And this the whole point of this airlock. You want this door, you want to move around with it like this until it goes the way you want. You want it to swing in. So when I place this and open it, it swings in. And that's very important because you will create a seal. Because what happens if I open this door, right? And someone's standing out there and they shoot me and I die, they can walk right in your base because you did not close your door. Now to counteract that, we're going to do another door, and I'm going to show you kind of what you create. You create like a vacuum seal, basically, that they can't get through your base. So as you're trying to come in here, see with this door, I could jump up here and walk right into your base. Very, very easy to do. However, if you want another door, you face the door so it swings outward. So this is coming inward. You go a little bit left, it's going outward. So when I open it like this, boom, it's outward. So now what you end up doing is when you're leaving your base, you're like, oh, great, I'm leaving my base. You're going to open this door. You're going to walk into the triangle. You're going to close that door. So right now you're like in your own triangle. Then you're going to open this door. And if you get shot, this person can't get through. Now, say you did it wrong, okay? Say, oh, I forgot that I opened this one and I didn't close it and all that good stuff. Now, somebody that kills you in the airlock, they can't get in here because they cannot close the door. So that's the whole point of the airlock, is they cannot get into your base. Even if they kill you while they're outside your base and wanting to get in, they cannot close this door because they do not have access to this key lock. So that's the whole point of the door there, and that's why you want to make sure that you add that the very first thing. This is like a very just common, neutral, like safe base right here. Like if I start a series or I start a wipe, this is exactly the base I want to start out. So if and when you die, you could come here, see all the bags you've placed throughout the map, and you can select them. Since we died at home, this is the bag we're going to select, and voila, you come back on your bag. So that's important that you add that bag to your base early on before you go anywhere, because if you die, then you spawn right here and you're right back in your base. If you die, say you ran over to Oxum's and you died here, you're going to spawn somewhere on the beach again, and you're going to have to run back to your base in order to get any stuff that you had. All right, so now that we've done our base, the very next thing you're going to want to do is kind of upgrade this. Wood is not very strong, and you can easily get some stone to upgrade it to these walls. As you can see here, this wall is 500. The stone or the wood is only 250, so we want to make sure that we upgrade these as quick as possible so that people don't come in and kill us, because you could spear raid them with these. You could use a bunch of spears and hit this. I'll even show you if I just hit it a couple times. Boom, it's already lost 7 health, so someone can just spear raid this from the other side and get right in your base. So we want to make sure that we can go out, get some more stone, and build our base and upgrade it so that it's a little stronger. So we're going to go out, look for stone. There's no real place to look for stone. They're around the map and you have to find them. There's no like spawning of like, oh, right here's where you get stone, right here's where you get this. No, they're just spread out throughout the map randomly, and you have to just run around and find them. Here's a stone node here. So let's just go ahead and hit this with our pick, not our axe. The axe will not gather stone. It will only break your axe. Axe only gathers wood. Gather a little bit of wood here while we're at it, just because we want a little bit extra for what's coming up next. But we're going to try to run around, try to get as much stone as we possibly can with feeling comfortable. I mean, you don't want a whole inventory. You don't want this whole thing filled up with stone. I would go like maybe 3,000 before running back to base and upgrading our base, because if you stay out for too long, you will get shot and you probably will die, and then whoever kills you will end up getting all your stuff, and then you ran around 15-20 minutes trying to find stone and you get nothing from it. So while we're out, we're going to look for several things. We're still looking for the cloth as well, because we want a better weapon than just a spear. The spear isn't going to get you anything if you're fighting someone that has arrows or a bow or anything like that. This is not going to help you. So you want to try to get a bow as fast as possible. But in order to do that, you need cloth. So speaking of cloth, there's several ways to get it. You can find the hemp plants on the ground, which I have shown you before. Or you can get special things and actually kind of put them in a recycler and get things out of it. So there's these little barrels here. You can break them many different ways, but they have health as well. And so let's just use our little stick here. We're going to break this. This drops scrap, and it drops a sewing kit. Now, a sewing kit, which is right here, can be put into rope. If you recycle it, it goes to rope, and if you recycle rope, it goes to cloth. So a sewing kit is perfect of what we want when we want cloth. So we're going to break a few more of these, and then I will show you kind of where we go to recycle these things. Now, there's so many places on the map to recycle, which is good because you have plenty of places to go that maybe other people aren't there as well recycling, or isn't near people's bases that they're kind of waiting for you to come recycle, and then they'll kill you. Hit the barrel. There. Got rope from that. So rope, we can also scrap it down and get the cloth that we need to make our bow and arrow. Another stone node. After this, we're going to go back to base. We're going to upgrade our base, and then we're going to go to the next part of recycling things, trying to get the stuff you need, and then we are going to be making metal, because we need metal to make our base better. We also need metal if we want to make tools, if we want to make certain things. That needs metal, but we'll learn that here in a second. I'm going to grab this red one because this red one has kind of what we need next. The red barrels have low grade in them. They also have crude oil, which can be refined in a refinery down to low grade as well. So that's something that if you see those, you want to grab them. Be careful of these. That beautiful box in there that you want to grab, be careful because it is radiated. And if you run in here, you'll get radiation poisoning. Get too much of it, you'll die. There it is, little twiggy boy right here. All right, so coming back to your base, you're going to want to open this door, jump in, close it, okay? Then you're going to open this door. You still got that seal on the outside. People can't come behind you and take your stuff. In the TC, it holds material that, there's certain material that can go in here, like your wood, your stone, the sulfur can go in there, your low grade can go in there, your scrap, which scrap is like a whole episode by itself, but basically all you need to know about scrap is you use scrap to learn things and use it to basically build better things in the end. Let's use this to upgrade. We're going to upgrade this to stone, this to stone. Don't have enough stone, so we did all the stone upgrades we could there. We did. We'll put the low grade in there. And then to kind of use all of our other stuff, like all this metal and all this this battery, this metal blade, this spring, all of that stuff we are going to grind down in early game. Now later on, you're going to actually use these to build things as guns and certain things to raid, and this you could build if you want power. But to start off, you're just wanting as much scrap and as much metal and as much of that stuff as you could possibly find. So speaking of metal, let's go ahead. I'm going to build a little box here so I can throw some of this little stuff in, a little wood storage box here. And we're going to put kind of the stuff that we don't need to take with us. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Also, feel free to hit that red subscribe button as we are closing in on 1,000 subs. Could not be happier for the channel. And I will be bringing more Rust content to you soon. Also, if you could comment down below, let me know a few questions that you might have. I can answer them, or if there's a question that's asked more, I can go ahead and make them in another video. Until next time, Slacker out.